So a lot of people, they struggle with the idea of self-love because they feel like they're not at a place where they want to be in life. And if you are this person who you have big dreams and you're not there yet and you're constantly saying, "Oh, I hate myself. I'm not good enough. Everyone's better than me." Then it kind of creates this image in your head that you are a bad person. Because if you were a good person, you would be where you want to be in life. And this is where people who are unhappy start to lean towards. Because if you immediately say, I'm not good enough, or you take the idea of happiness and put it outside of yourself, it immediately makes it so any type of emotion you feel that's positive is external and not internal. And you should be able to feel happy regardless if you're failing or you're succeeding, because happiness should not be driven by a goal, but it should be driven by the progress you make for yourself. If you are making progress toward anything, I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about your life in general, self progress. Maybe it's self improvement, like mental health, or maybe it's like physical progress, like you're going to the gym, you're eating better, whatever it is. You should be able to make progress because that is what we were put on this earth for, to make progress. Look at all of humanity, right? If you just take a step back and you look at everything and look at each individual person, I have noticed that the most days that I have felt the most happy is when I have made progress, right? And it's when I make a progress in a variety of things. For example, if I work out that day and then I work on my business and then I make a couple of calls and then, my relationship's going well, we talk about something, we improve upon it. Those days are the most memorable, best days of my life because I improve. And I feel like the reason a lot of you are not happy, or you don't love yourself, you feel like you're not good enough, is because you're stuck and you don't improve upon anything. And either one, you feel like you don't know which direction to go, or two, your ego is so big that you feel like you don't need to improve in anything. And both of those are just equally as bad. You should feel like you always have a next step to take, but you should appreciate that step you took before. So, for example, let's say that you're making a website and you finally made it look really nice, and now you got to find the product, right? Instead of worrying about, oh, I'm so bad, I don't have a product, instead think, wow, I made a website. All right, awesome, it looks pretty good. Now focus on the website next and take the next step in a positive direction. I know a lot of people in my life, and this was me at one point too, which is why I can talk about this so in depthly, is I would make progress and I would hate myself for it because I wanted to be here and I was here. And even though I'd make progress from all the way down here to all the way up here, I still wasn't at the place where I wanted to be yet. And because of that, I was just constantly writing in my notebook, telling people like all the time. I would make videos and actually listen to it, like telling me like, Devin, you're not good enough. I hate you, Devin. You're poor. You're small. You're not good enough. It was a very, very, very bad mindset. And because of that, I had a very bad relationship with myself. And it got so bad to the point where I didn't even want to be alive anymore. Like it got so bad, I had to go to the hospital for this. Like it wasn't like oh, it was a little fine, I got over it. Like this was a serious issue that I had, right? And, I tried talking to therapists. No therapist helped me because all of them were talking about your feelings, your feelings, your feelings. And it wasn't my feelings because therapists, they focus on your emotions. I was focused on the progress I was making. And maybe I didn't communicate it to my therapist good enough. But when I realized that the reason I feel like such a shitty, awful person was because I was not accepting the progress I was making, then my life changed because I started looking at the small little things, the small progress I was making, and I started appreciating it. And maybe you think that's cringe, but I promise you, if you start doing this, do it in silence, don't focus on anyone else's validation, then you will actually start being much more happy. I guarantee it. I will bet my life that if you actually start taking the initiative to acknowledge the progress you're making, you will be a happier person. And the reason why this works is because, again, humans make progress, and that's what we are put here for. I don't care about your religion or whatever your beliefs are. Humans make progress. And when humans make progress towards something, we feel better, whether it's a relationship or a goal or a business, work ethic, whatever it is. If it's a relationship with God, doesn't matter. When you make progress towards something, you feel great. And a lot of you're stuck and you're not making progress. And a really great example of this is someone really close to me in my life who I love very much, and they haven't really made much progress in what they want to achieve because they're stuck and they can't do it, right? And because they can't do it, they feel bad a lot of the time. A lot of times they're sad or they're stressed and they don't know what direction to go. And it's frustrating for me because you can't force someone to make progress and you can't make progress for someone. It is truly on you. It is up to you if you want to make the progress or not. You cannot rely on anyone else. And that includes acknowledging the progress. You can't, you know, rely on anyone else to acknowledge the progress you're making. And a great example for this is me and my father, right? Me and my dad, we don't have the best relationship. And because of that, it's really difficult for me to get acknowledgement from him because a lot of times it's just not good enough, not good enough, not good enough. And that's also what built negativity in my mind. I was constantly told, I'm not good enough. You're not good enough at this. $10,000 isn't enough. You made $6,000 in a month. That's pocket change. Those type of comments, it really builds up. And if you have someone in your life, maybe it's your parents, maybe it's friends around you, maybe it's your siblings, whatever it is, right? Maybe it's your relationship, and they're telling you that you're not good enough, or they're telling you that the progress you're making is meaningless, it means nothing, then how are you supposed to feel? Well, let me tell you, you're not supposed to feel any different because you should be relying on the feelings that you feel, not anyone else. I know this is all about feelings and, recognizing progress. And maybe a couple of you think, oh, this is stupid. It has nothing to do with business, but it does. It does have to do with business because I wouldn't be at where I am today. I wouldn't have made 20K last month and 32K this month if I wasn't able to recognize the progress I was making. Because business and growth is exponential. It'll go like this. And when you start recognizing more progress, you'll start happier, happier, happier. And on top of that, you will start making money, 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 money. And it's because, again, humans, we love progress. That's what we were put here to do. So if you have anyone in your life that is telling you you're not making progress, or you feel like someone is holding you back, either you can have a conversation with them, which I know a lot of you probably won't end up doing because you guys don't like initiating the conversation, especially if it's a hard conversation. But what you can do is recognize that they have no power over you, and you cannot let someone have power over you. Because if you let the emotions and the way people feel dictate how you feel about yourself, then it's a constant losing battle because you have no control over how you can feel or how you feel about someone else. Now, I know this video is probably not reaching a lot of you guys the way it's reaching me, but I know someone who's watching this, I hope, is I'm able to reach and I'm able to guide you, I guess, a little bit into how you should navigate your feelings of this. Because I remember one time I was driving, right? This is before I was making, I guess, serious money. And I was driving and I just wanted to swerve into the side of the road so bad because I was just so frustrated with I'm not good enough. No one thinks I'm good enough. I'm not making enough money. I'm not big, and just I would just keep going on and on. And those easy thoughts, it's so easy to just think negatively because it's easy to critique yourself because you can achieve greatness. You know you can be good enough, but we don't recognize the things that we are doing good in. So if you're gonna take anything away from this and you want to, I guess make progress, start accepting the progress that you are making. All right, I hope this video helped you guys. I hope it was able to reach at least someone because I know a lot of you guys are going through difficult stuff. If you guys need anything, please, you can message me on Instagram. I don't respond to a lot of business DMs, but hey, if you're going to reach out to me for something emotionally, I will respond. All right. All right. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good rest of your day. I love you. All right. Bye.